Hello there, my name's Dr. Heather Kovac, and I just wanted to talk to you today about some new regulations out there regarding rat poisons and what's available to the public. A few years ago in California, there were some changes to the regulations of certain rat baits and what consumers like us would be able to purchase at, say, Home Depot or Lowe's or someplace like that. One of the bad news about the new regulations is some of these other products that are now more readily available are less treatable for our pets. So we used to only see the anticoagulants and we know how to treat those, but sometimes with these newer products, they are more life-threatening for our pets. They can have swelling of the brain, they might need intense hospitalization and medications through the night, more than 24-hour care. Sometimes we do need to refer the patient to an emergency hospital that's open 24 hours for overnight care. So even though we're cracking down and trying to protect the wildlife from ingesting these products, on the flip side, it might be more toxic to our pets. 4 different families of rat baits out there. The number one is called an anticoagulant, and it's what prevents blood from clotting, and that's how the rat dies. These are still available, but less so than they were a few years ago. There's certain ones that are only available to professionals who use this as a product that they would use for their business, and they have to have a certain license to have access to that. So the ones that are more readily available to consumers are different types of rodenticides, ones that can cause swelling of the brain and seizures, another one that can cause mineralization or calcification of the tissues, and then another one that is a gas that actually causes the intestines to kind of rupture on the inside. So all of these, if they're ingested, are a true emergency. The animal needs care right away if you suspect that they've eaten something or actually seen them eat something. These are usually set up as rat bait stations, and even if you don't use them in your own yard, if you live in a community that has a HOA, that they probably do hire somebody to come out once a month, say, and put that bait in these stations. You might see them around. They're usually black, they're low to the ground, a little bit of a square shape, and there's an entrance for the rat to come in. The rat bait is in there, and then they leave and eat it elsewhere or go off to die somewhere else. So there's definitely a chance that a dog could get into there or could eat the bait that was dropped by the rat, or could even eat a rat that had eaten it and therefore also become sick. So if you don't see your pet ingest it, some of the symptoms that might happen with the quick-acting rodenticides, you might see seizures, uncoordinated walking, acting very strange, throwing up. If you don't notice for a couple days and they start to have some bleeding, that can be a sign of the anticoagulant. So you might have bleeding into the eyes will look very red, coughing up blood, throwing up blood, bleeding from the gums. Those types of things can be caused. It's usually about 3 to 4 days after they ingest the toxin that you'll start to see those signs. So we just wanted to reiterate that it is an emergency if you see your pet eating anything rat bait wise. It's usually kind of a brightly colored turquoise, pink, or purple chalky substance. It can come in a block. It's usually, again, in a station, or it could be little pieces of bait. Those are less available now too, but it is usually more like a chunk. So when we have the dog come in and we make them throw up, we'll actually see that brightly colored material in the throw up, and we'll know that they ate it. So hopefully you guys keep your pets safe and just make sure you steer clear of those rat bait stations. Thank you.